Bring me in my cup. I'm about to act the fool. Wait up. Yeah. I'm with the shooters. I'm with the demons. I'm with the crew. Wait up. Wait up. I'll let them move. Bring me in my cup. I'm about to act the fool. I'm about to act the fool. Practically see like fuck that. Off with his head. Niggas got my house red. Give me sober to the fence. Wait up. Yeah. Look how I do. Niggas can't get a gun. I just bought another two. Brooklyn. Yeah. All these bitches wanna fuck. Tell Shorty bend it over. On this ring, spin it over. So cold than an over. The baby daddy here doja. Wait up. I put it over the soldiers. I done told them, homie act stupid, homie get shot. I am down on this block, yeah. I don't think I'ma stop there. Golden, fuck with the shakers. Move with the movers. Go nutty on your block. Two first, that's a movie. Porno, yeah. Automatic on my waist. Tommy, demon. I be aiming for his face. Wait up. Yeah. Look how I move. Bring me in my cup. I'm about to act the fool. Wait up. Yeah. I'm with the shooters. I'm with the demons. I'm with the crew. Wait up. I'll let them move. Bring me in my cup. I'm about to act the fool. Grab Shorty by the waist. She says she loved the way I taste. 6. And if she'll take him out. My last bitch, she is smart. Glad I never ate her out. Man, wait up. Free to sick out the can. I just ran into the plug. He got it 32 a grand. Hey, send it. Spin it. Gigi, gelato, capo, win. Nigga now, big fuck on the game. Give a shout out to my rights. On my left, let it bang. I don't dance, that's a two-step. New stick, bring it cool down.
Y'all in the motherfucking building.
True brick, that's a blue check. Doing the talk with the bomb. Bitch heard my voice when I was 6'3". She know it. When she saw me, bitch, she said, this little nigga. Yeah. Look how I move. Bring me in my cup. I'm about to act the fool. Wait up. Yeah. I'm with the shooters. I'm with the demons. I'm with the crew. Wait up. I'll let them move. Bring me in my cup. I'm about to act the fool.
Good word, brother. Yo, Facebook fans, Twitter fans, IG fans, battle rap culture. This is what the talk about radio. And I'm your host, Jim Jeezy, Dot Motherfucking Mom, a.k.a. Bitch, I'm not a rapper. Better known as Boss Talk Jeezy. You dig? And today is Monday. Y'all know I like to start the week off the right way. You hear me? So we're going to kick this shit off with OG Talk. That's when the OG Talk. You sit back, kick your feet up, and you listen. You hear me? Because I'm trying to enlighten you young brothers and sisters out here. You hear me? But yeah, today is OG Talk, man. And y'all know how I get. You feel me? Like I said, I'm here to break chains and break cycles, right? So the topic for tonight is Little Man in Big Drawers versus Little Lady in Thongs. Little Man in Big Drawers versus Little Girl in Thongs. If y'all don't get a better understanding of what I'm trying to say here, man, you need to get your life right. Straight cash, peace and blessings came with the vibes, man. It's OG Talk. Y'all know what's going on, man. But yeah, like I said, the topic for tonight is Little Man in Big Drawers versus Little Girl in Thongs, man. Growing up fast, you hear me? And I'm pretty sure we all can relate to this, you know? Whether it plays a part in our personal life, or we just know somebody who had to go through certain things when it comes to these situations. You feel me? What's going on, my brother? Peace and blessings. Now, I say that to say this. We have a lot of kids out here that are growing up way too fast. And the crazy thing is, shout out to my homegirl Dream. She the reason why I even chose to come up with this topic, because it was something that she said to me one night in our regular conversation that kind of hit me. You feel me? She said, a lot of us as grown people still have that inner child or those kid type ways, because a lot of us missed out on our childhood. Peace and blessings. What's going on, sis? Good vibes in the building. But yeah, she said a lot of us have those kid ways, should I say, because a lot of us missed out on our childhood growing up. I said, okay, that really makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. Because I have child ways, you know. Certain things that I do that somebody might feel like, oh, you acting like a kid, or whatever the case may be. But when she said that, I'm like, you got one, Drain. So a lot of us do carry those kiddish type of ways as grown men and women, because we missed out on our childhood. Why did we miss out on our childhood? Because we had to grow up too fast. Some of us was forced to have to grow up too fast. And some of us just wanted to grow up fast. I was forced to have to grow up fast. Because I was, y'all know how it go with us typical black men, fatherless, growing up in a household with no dad, you looking out here for this, that, and the other to try to find a way. Y'all know how it go, man. So, for some of us, that was the case. But then you got others who just got kids who just want to be grown. They got dad and mom around. They just want to be grown. You feel me? Man, listen. I got 3 kings. You hear me? And I pitch mines in check on a daily basis. I just did it today. If anybody hopped on the live and saying it. Cuzzo, what's the vibes? Peace and blessings, King. So, anytime that I see any one of my kids getting out of line, or they saying some shit where I feel like, man, they acting too grown, or this is shit that you shouldn't be saying out your mouth, why is you been thinking like that? I checks that shit. You feel me? And like I said, man, I'm out here to break chains and break cycles. And the only way we're going to do that, it starts within your home. Again, shout out to Dream. Dream is the reason why I came up with this topic, to be honest. I'm going to bring my cousin up. Matter of fact, I need you to piggyback with me anyway while I roll up this grass, man. I get my shit to come back up. But yeah, peace and blessings, Train. What's the vibe? Well, I'm coming my shit on.
What to do?
Hey, Combo, I'm pretty sure you can tap in with this topic, though, right?
What's happening?
It's little man and big drawers. Little man and big drawers versus little girl and thongs. You get where I'm going with this, though? Or just feel like I'm talking about a little boy wearing big ass underwears and a little girl wearing thongs. It's way deeper than that. It's way deeper than that.
I mean, to be honest with you, yo, a lot of the times, like you said, it come from parents. Yo, like a lot of these little niggas growing up a lot faster because of, the circumstances at hand. You know what I'm saying? And they come from bad parents, and they come from, because motherfuckers having kids so early, there are no more big mamas. Ain't no more big mamas in the hood no more. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, we used to go to my grandmother's sister house, my Aunt Di house on Belvedere, and nigga, if you ain't coming in on your Sunday finest, you wasn't eating.
We were just talking about this though, because I don't know not too long ago. We were just talking about this.
It's a disciplinary thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people say a lot of things about Baltimore, but one thing I can say about my city for sure is we was bred, especially my generation. Stop, 45 biting. We was born up a generation of, you respect elders. I don't give a fuck what elder it is. It could be a whole crackhead leaning over on the side of that motherfucker.
Right.
You got cold.
You better say yes, ma'am, and yes, sir.
Yeah. You
feel me?
Most respect for him. You feel me?
Right.
like I said, a lot of the parents, male and female, especially out in the city, is either locked up dead. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These kids teaching themselves. They been put around. They been forced around people that don't want them. You know, the mother might have got locked up. The father might have died. So now they with the auntie that don't want nothing to do with them. Treat them like shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get forced into a foster home. Get treated worse. You feel me? So it's in the lives of what we, you know, and what the fuck going on. But, you know, it's all in the change. And niggas really got out of that, it's a village. You feel me? What's going on, Riley? It's a real village to take care of a kid. Like my son,
it definitely is.
Just raised my son. My son is not a great, you know. What's up, my man?
Hey, let me tell you, little cousin with 3 kids and 1. That little nigga ain't even a kid. I'm gonna have a conversation. I'm gonna talk to him in the phone.
Without my mother, his mother's mother, father, my father, my sisters, you know what I'm saying? It take a fucking village, bro, for real. Cause it's not too much. It's so much more in the world than just 2 pair of eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's so much more. I can't give my son a whole life spiel. My baby mother can't give my son a whole life spiel. You know what I'm saying? So it takes other people that we respect and we got a lot of love for to give that time. You know what I'm saying? Because people realize like, yo, a kid only is going to be as bright as the environment here, not his parents. His parents can be geniuses, but if they some genius in the house ass niggas, you're going to create a weirdo. So you got to find ins and outs to keep a motherfucker sane. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like a lot of people just diverted from that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more to life than what we know as people, or just as a person. It takes people to bring an idea together. You know what I'm saying? It takes one person to develop something. So at the end of the day, if you look at it in that process, then, you know, because I look at it like a businessman process. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can be the head of the table, but I can't be the smartest in everything. I need people who know how to work the camera, be better than me. I need somebody that know how to do IT, be better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be the best, but I know how to organize. I know how to get everything in order and line. So I'm going to sit at the boss table with y'all. We all bosses in our own right. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody just got to know how to play their part. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know, so
everybody just got to know how to play their part, man.
At the end of that, man, you know, that's why these kids, for real, man, you know, that's why we the way we are. It's hard to put that shit in the words, yo, and it's only getting worse. Like, these little niggas, you can't tell these little niggas
nothing, brother. Nothing.
They been here before, yo.
Yeah. Huh?
They been here before.
A lot of them play a part in our ancestors too, man. Like, if people know the history, then we'll have a better understanding of why some of our kids act the way they act. We'll have a better understanding of why we act the way we act coming up. You know, if we really understand who our ancestors were, you know, and the struggles and things that they had to go through in life.
And see, my girl be like, my baby mother be like, she be like all some shit like, why you hit him? Why you do this? Why you do that? And that's because I don't necessarily beat my child, but I know his bloodline. I know what my son is capable of doing at any moment because his father that way. You know, like people laugh when I be like, yeah, my son an evil villain. That's because I know my son. I know him well enough. He gonna draw a crowd and dip off and do some dark shit. He just needed the crowd to move the way he needed them to move so he can do what he needed to do. I know what type of nigga my child is. You know what I'm saying? So I know what type of delivery I need to have with him. If I miss my delivery, I miss the connection with my son. You know what I'm saying? Because it should be never a point where I have to raise my voice. Now he's at an age where I can give this nigga a look and he tighten up. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of level of respect I should have. And the same thing, like, he can give me a look, and I'd be like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Because the feeling is very mutual. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know if daddy going too far or if daddy playing too rough, you know what I'm saying? You going to give me a little look, but you going to be like, stop, daddy, stop. Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it all comes into play. You know what I'm saying? And with kids, yo, what's going on, Chase? And with kids, man, you just gotta know, man, you can't have too much sensitivity and you can't have too much discipline. You gotta find a great middle point. And that's where a 2-parent household really plays a great part. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, I grew up with just a mother. You know what I'm saying? My mother was the mother and the father. You know what I'm saying? She was more or less like a kind of violent. But my mother, her whole thing was, world is tough and I can't have a soft son. Her delivery was wrong, how she went about it, because all it did was make me vicious. You know what I'm saying? But because of that knowledge I have, I can pass that on to my son. You know what I'm saying? I have to be vicious with you. You know what I'm saying? For you to understand me. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the line, you're not going to cross that line. That's the end of the line. End of the day, you're not going to cross that line with me. I'm you know what I'm saying? And that's just how I'm carrying that shit. Like, you know, a father can only do what a father can do, man.
That's a fact, right? Listen, man.
That's a good.
All right, I said this, cuz tell me if you agree with this or not, right? A mother has a mother's role when it comes to the child, and a father has a father's role when it comes to the child, right? And I told my sister this, and I made this shit make so much sense to her. When it comes to my nephew, mind you, I told her my brother did 20 years or whatever the case may be. He wasn't in my nephew's life or whatever. So I said, sis, he's 21 now. You feel me? I said, you done your part. He graduated. That's all part right there. I personally feel like a mother's part is to get the child through school.
Pick it up.
Me personally, that's how I feel, brother. If you agree with me, agree with me. But I feel like a mother's role is to really get that child through school, the education and all that. Then once they get through that, it's the father's part, time to, install
it's all in the gender. It's all in the gender. Like, I feel like for a little boy, he needs his mother. Because a mother shows a little boy an emotional side that a father can't. But after a while, a woman can't teach a man to be a man. Just like a little girl needs her father, because a father's going to show her what true love from a male is.
Yeah.
He's going to show her what is. You know what I'm saying? But after a while, it's nothing that man can teach that little girl. It's just certain things she's going to go through that a man can't teach her. What? I come more hot.
Hey, you think a lot of this shit come from a lack of attention that be shown to the child?
Not the lack of attention. Like I say, it's all in your child, and it's all a trait. You know, the baby gonna have the traits as a father and the mother. So if the mother is clingy and the father is a separate person, the baby might just have both. He might be clingy at one second and might be distant at another. You just gotta know what you're dealing with and being willing to take the time, take the frustration, take the anger, take all that shit, the tears you're gonna have. You gotta learn to take all that shit and let that motivate you, because all it's doing is teaching you your better half. You know what I'm saying? As much as my little man he pisses me off, that's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's my man. You feel me? So it is what it is. I take them punches literally. This nigga beat me off at any given moment. You know what I'm saying? So you just take.
I've been seeing how little turns be wild, man.
Yeah, like the kids. I'm a big advocate of children. Like I might not promote a lot of sensitivity shit or whatever, but for kids, I always wanted to do something for the youth, because I've been on both sides of the fence. I've been on the side of the fence of, a son with just his mom struggling. Then I also, at an older age, was able to separate and move to the burbs with my grandmother during high school. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I didn't want to leave Baltimore, but it was a necessity, something that I didn't see as a child. I was pissed at my mother. Pissed. You kicked me out of Baltimore. I said, the school's already did that. I'm back now. I can go back to school now. You know what I'm saying? Right. But what I didn't realize was, at the time, all the shit that was going on around me, you know what I'm saying, my men getting torn up off that fentanyl or off that lean, or off them pills, off them perkies. You know what I'm saying? My one big war going on inside my hood, but it's an inner war. It's not us beefing with niggas. It's us beefing with each other. Within generations. You know what I'm saying? Within generations. I'm a generation 4. We beefing with generation 3, the niggas who raised us. You feel me? And it started off with a solid 13 of us. It's about 4 of us now. 5 if you add my sister. You see what I'm saying? So, nigga, when I walk through my neighborhood, I don't even recognize nothing. I don't see nobody. Nigga, I done had some new little niggas walk up to me like, who you? Is me? You feel me? I had that in my hood. Nigga, I go through my hood, niggas looking at me like, who the fuck is he? Like, nigga, if it wasn't for niggas like me, you wouldn't be out here. I'm like, nigga, you see that stepping stone you walking over, bitch? That's what we used to store our shit at, nigga. Like, I've been gone a long time. You feel me? But, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, I'm saying all of this to say, you know, I didn't see what my mother foreseen. My mother seen her son and knew what type of nigga he was and knew that, nigga, I have a gift for gab. I'm a people person. I can link anybody with me at any given moment. I'm talking about from killers to businessmen. I can have all these motherfuckers sitting in the same room. You feel me? And because of that power that my mother seen in me, she got me out the hood. She said, because either you was going to run these streets or they was going to be afraid enough to kill you. You know what I'm saying? So we got to really learn to take heed in what our parents be saying, bro. I don't give a fuck what age. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be 30. So my mother sit me down and say something to me. Yeah, I might give her a little lip, but in the back of my mind and my cerebellum attached to my medulla oblongata, nigga, that shit is seeped in. You feel me? That shit is seeped into the back of my mind. I will never forget it.
But let me ask you, my dad passed away when I was 8. So that's why I think, man, when it comes to this subject, a lot of us was forced to have to grow up fast. Then you got some that just want to be grown. You know, I was forced to have to grow up fast, you know? Yeah. Because I came up in a household where I didn't have my dad around. So certain things I had to learn as a man on my own. As a man, yeah. How to cook, how to clean, how to make your own money. Exactly. So that's why I say some of us were forced to have to grow up fast, and then you have some that just want to be grown. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure you might be in the same situation I was in, where you were forced to have to grow up fast. You know? And I was. Dreams the reason, though. Go ahead, cuz.
I was saying, it wasn't even like, see, well, I grew up fast, and my mother had leukemia cancer when I was like 6. She just had my little sister. By the time I was like 7, going on 8, that shit really kicked over. So like she lost all her hair, going through chemotherapy, lost all her weight. You feel me? And at that moment, she was still working, thugging it. You know what I'm saying? Still getting on the train because she couldn't drive. She had a car, but couldn't drive because of the chemotherapy. So she would get up early, catch the train, go to chemo, come home. You know what I'm saying? Right. And during that time, I was raising my little sister, feeding her, keeping her fed, making sure the house was clean, made some bullshit ravioli or something for mom when she coming out. Granted, it ain't a meal, but, you know, it's something for Mom Dukes when she come in the door. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, putting that and when she lost her job and me going out there and cutting grass and, you know what I'm saying, all the niggas around the way knew that I was trying to get some money, so it took a nigga that was a little older than me to put a little bit in my hand. You feel me? And shit went from there. Like, next thing you know, nigga, I started really having a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? And, nigga, I ain't even 10 years old yet. So it scared my, like, yo, I could, as a grown man, I could tell it scared my mother. You know what I'm saying? It scared her that her son was able to, what's that in the son? Oh, no, cereal. You want some cereal? Okay, let's go get some cereal. Come on. I knew because of that, you know, now that I'm grown, it scared the shit out of me. It seemed, you know what I'm saying, the perception in her eyes of her young, innocent child being a grown man at a very young age and the people I used to have surrounding me and all this other shit, you know, it all played a part.
Right. How did that affect you as a child, Kazo? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like, let me ask you this, do you feel like Because the reason why I even came up with this topic is because of something that Drain said to me, right? And she was like, a lot of us have that inner child within us. You know, we all got our kiddish way. You know, we joke all the time. You feel me in the chat and all that, you know? But she said something to me like, the reason why a lot of us act that way is because we lost out on our childhood.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I was going to ask you. Do you feel like you lost out on your childhood?
Hell yeah. Like, nigga, I used to get chronic migraines, and when I went to the doctor, they said I used to get them as a kid because I was dealing with grown people responsibilities. I had grown men problems as a kid. You know what I'm saying? And I'm an older thinker. Like, nigga, I sit in the dark and just think. You know what I'm saying? Like, flat out. So I used to do that. So, you know, that's why a lot of us are childish. Because we missed out on it.
We missed out on our childhood, man. For real.
And for Dream, you know, she had kids. So she lost out on hers that way. You know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, like, I lost mine before I could even get grown. Before I was even old enough to make a decision. Like, I started taking care of a household by the age of 8. I started learning how to move money at the age of 9.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I started learning the world by 10, by 11. I was shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So by the time I got to high school, moved to the county in the burbs, stealing cars and selling, you know, doing all that shit was passe to me. I was past that.
Right.
By the time I was 13, 14 years old, I was like, this shit old. Y'all just stealing cars for fun? Y'all group riding?
And then, I don't know, I'm pretty sure you probably like me, because I know I always hung around an older crowd. I never hung around dudes my age. Never, because I felt like I couldn't learn anything from a nigga my age or younger than me. What can you teach me? We in the same boat. You feel me? So I always hung around older dudes and shit. Even when I was locked up, I hung with the old heads and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I can learn something from them. Like I said, had to grow up fast. So by us not having that father figure in our household, you know, we, you know, try to attract ourselves to other people, try to, you know, pick up game, should I say.
And see, my mother was the type, like, once I got to, like, 10, 11, you know, her ass whoopings wasn't the same. You know what I'm saying? So she sent me outside to the woods. And was like, get his ass. But at the time, she just like, he needs some male discipline. The whole time, she didn't realize that, nigga, they was just training me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, you sending me out here for these niggas to go to my body, and they like 17, 18. When they kind of niggas my age, I'm teed up. Because, nigga, none of that shit hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they're doing it, not realizing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, we really creating savages. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, my little cousin, my mother used to treat us real live like pit bulls, nigga. If we got into an argument, she will clear everything out the middle of the floor and be like, get at it. Get at it.
Throw the hand.
Get at it.
Throw the hand.
So, like, you know, like I said, bro, it's really all in the placement, bro. And, you know, a lot of people just don't have the patience with kids no more, man. They really don't. And that's because their parents didn't have patience with them. It's because they didn't have patience with them.
But this is the thing, though, Judge. A lot of us that, you know, had to grow up a certain type of way, and our parents really wasn't there like we, as they should have been. That's the reason why we carried the way we carried with our kids, though.
Yeah.
So they don't have to go
through. It's a generational, but we got to learn to break that generational curse, because it's not just about financial literacy where we lack at all. We're lacking in. We still have slave mentalities on how to approach a lot of shit that and we don't really take accountability for. You know what I'm saying? Like, ass whoopings are a great thing. I promote ass whoopings. But when you beating the shit out your kid, that's something different. Because now you getting your angst off. And that's not what
or just beating them for every little thing that they do. A kid is going to be a kid. You can't beat a kid every time they do something bad. He's a kid.
Yeah, for sure.
They don't even understand that what they doing is bad.
That's something I had to learn. Because, see, my mother was that type. My mother was, you know, not the talkative type. She was the, you know, fuck you up type. She going to say...
Peace and blessings, Queen. Shout out to my Meet the Chiefs. With the Chiefs, my problems.
Yeah, come on up, y'all.
But yeah, we need a female up here. You want to come up here, me? Come on up here. You know?
Yeah, because, I mean, like I said, man, I be seeing kids run households. That could never be. Me. But at the end of the day, my son ain't going to be in the room in the dark or afraid or walking on eggshells to come talk to me. Nah, nigga, speak your mind. And I'm gonna be as honest as I can with you. Like, I don't do no bluffing with my son. My son knows.
At all,
everything
brother.
that I pretty much know fathers what not to do, you know, at his age. You know what I'm saying? I don't bluff with him. I keep it 100, son. If you jump off that motherfucking bed, you gonna crack your goddamn head. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Peace and blessings, Queen, with the rise, P.
Hey,
What it do, Slickster?
We talking our talk right now. You know the topic, man. Big men and little men and big jaws versus little girls wearing thongs, man. Growing up fast, basically. You know, so that's where we at with it.
Them boys acting like that because they got on big man draws as little boys. Cause
Big Pearl, peace and blessings, Queen.
They stay with their mothers, and, you know, they feel like they got to be protectors of their mothers. So, and they got to do things according to the household. And these little girls out here, they acting grown in the ass because the daddy's not around. And it's not because they don't want to be, or some do, don't get me wrong. But it's a lot of them in jail, you know what I'm saying, or dead for our community of black people. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, but we all know,
bro, it's, I hate to say this, bro, but the music gonna have to change.
Oh, yes. That is a fact. The music plays a very big role in why our generation, this generation, the way they are.
Yeah.
A very big part in that.
Yeah, the music gonna have to change.
Cause it's like this, cuzzo. I can't even really say it's the fact that they didn't have both parents in the household. Cause we didn't have both parents in the household. But yet we didn't move like they moving.
Yeah,
we still carried ourselves as men. We still.
But Jeezy. Think about it. Think about it when you was that age. I mean, we came a long way to be able to talk our shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So imagine when we was that age. You know what I'm saying? We was one of them niggas too. But it was honestly the environment we was in, the music we was listening to. Because, nigga, I guarantee you, like, nigga, a lot of these little niggas wouldn't have done half the shit they wouldn't have done if it wasn't for this fucking music.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? These niggas is giving these little niggas hope dreams. You know what I'm saying? There's a few artists out there that's really giving spiel on what's going on out here, but
guess what?
all this I'm shooting out the scat pack, that just sound like innocent bystanders.
But at the end of the day, though,
You know
it still falls on the parents. If you're not monitoring your kids and making sure your kids is doing what they're supposed to do, then yes, they can be influenced. But it's not none of these artists' job to raise our kids. It's on us.
No, for sure. I feel you on that. But I also want to say, too, though, that music...
Peace and blessings, King. Shout out to my brother,
I don't know how religious people really are, you know what I'm saying? I don't really like to get too far in the religion, but in the religion, in the Bible, and somewhere in that motherfucker, don't quote me, I mean, you can, but I can't tell you what it said. But, and somewhere in the Bible it said that the devil was the angel of music. Yeah. So the way that's why I'm like, it kind of is the music, because I done met some little kid, and that's why I say I got the best of both worlds. When I got to the burbs, it was some motherfuckers that even in the hood, I don't even know why I just said that, but it's some niggas out here, bro. When that music get to play, they a different person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just think about it, man. To both of y'all, right? If we in the club, right? We in the club, you know, chilling. Your favorite song come on, or one of them ones come on. How you get to acting in the club when that one song come on?
Yeah, you cutting up.
You hear me?
I'm like, niggas can go from living life like it's gold and to Knuck If You Buck, and they wouldn't even know what the first song was.
You feel me?
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of them niggas that's saying, you know, rap is bad and because you know we all humans. So you pick and choose what you gonna do every day, whether it's right or wrong. Every day is a choice and a decision you make. But it does help influence. You know what I'm saying? Like even to the day, you know, us East Side niggas, we been walking around with ski masks and
You feel me?
you know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Ever since Pooh Shiesty came outside, nigga ski mask at $45.
You hear me?
Who say that?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Air Force Ones used to be $80. They $150 for a pair of Air Force Ones.
All
It's
right.
all in the music.
Hold up. Let me say this, though. Let me say this. When it comes to the music shit, right? So I'm going to agree with Meek on this.
Fuck it is, cuz.
She said, right? Because it's like this. I would have to look at the child as being a weak-minded individual if they allow the music to play a role in how they act out here. That's like you're being a ghost. Like a nigga can just tell you anything and you just gonna go do that.
But that's the world we live in.
And
That's
then,
the world
you know,
we live in. It's not
nowadays
too
with
many.
social
It's not
media-
too many strong-minded people no more, bro.
Especially with
Bruh.
social media being the way that it is now. So they're being exposed to way more stuff than we were exposed to.
That too, for sure. Twice as much.
Like
Twice as
everything is
Right.
for likes and clout and recognition.
much.
You
Facts.
feel me?
Facts. You
That's all, that's it.
can't even toss a nigga, a homeless man, $5 without turning your camera on.
Man, I hate that.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't.
Especially when it comes to these celebrities and shit. You
Yeah.
feel me? I don't know if it's the fact that they want to do that type of shit to make themselves look good or whatever the case may be, but
Of course,
bro,
bro.
fuck. Listen, fuck giving a couple dollars to a homeless man when you got motherfuckers out here really going through it. And you can put people in positions where they don't gotta go through it. But you think giving a couple dollars to a homeless
That's
person?
not. You speaking too long term, bro. We're in a microwave time, nigga. If they don't get it right then and there, the clout, the publicity, and all that right then and there, it's not worth it to them. You see what I'm saying? It's no longer a long game. It's here for a good time, not a
Well,
long
guess
time.
what, cuz OG, the same rappers that say money don't change them. You know,
They a goddamn lie.
come on now.
Have like nigga, if you don't like nigga, what? They be lying like shit. Money do change you, and money changes you either for the better or for the worse. I don't give a fuck if you get a little money or a lot of money. It changes you. It changes every fucking body. You're not gonna be the same person you were if all of a sudden